Buenas tardes y buen bonitos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, January 29, 2023. Our annual theme for this year is Living Out Loud. And the topic for this month has been Root and Reboot. The topic for this week is Celebrating Life as Source. So each week we open with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer. This is also known as spiritual mind treatment. And it's a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from January 2014. And just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. Present now, I breathe the breath of life. I know that there is only one life, which is God. I know that life lives through me, expressing all of itself through the individuality that is me. I accept this blessed unity with an open and joyful heart and a curious mind. I am one with life. I surrender myself into the flow of life, knowing that there is only joy. There is only peace within the ebb and flow and the rhythm of life. I claim that life lives me fully. I am present and open to every experience and every connection that reveals itself in this single sacred moment. There is only now, and now is the platform on which all of life rests. It is the deep peace at the center of consciousness itself. I embrace the deep peace of this moment. I smile inwardly and know that I am life itself. Profoundly grateful for the expression of life that is my life, I surrender my word fully to the law, knowing that as I let it go, it is so, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by a licensed practitioner and now minister, Tamara St. Amand. And so as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, which is creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So once again, I'd like to welcome everyone. We at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, where we honor all faiths, all paths, all traditions, all people. Please know that you are all valued and welcome here. So as I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind. And this is a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, such as our opening spiritual mind treatment. And as I mentioned, we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of the teaching of this science of mind, he'd replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are meeting in person at 12 o'clock on Sundays on Calle Venezuela, number 232 on the rooftop. And hang out with us after the service for some great conversation with like-minded people. If you have any questions or comments, you can either post them wherever you are watching this replay, chat with me in person, or send me a direct email and I'll be sure to respond. So it's time to surrender to the bigger idea of life. It's time for us to move from struggle into celebration. And today we live in the flow and the joy of simply being alive. We have spent this month reminding ourselves of who we are through the basics of science of mind. And today is our final step, and it's the most important one of all. We prepare ourselves to surrender into our life and into this year. What if we were to surrender to Spirit, Source itself entirely? This is what it takes to live out loud. When we surrender our falsehoods, our fears, and our doubts, we free ourselves to live out loud in celebration. Every day becomes a day to celebrate the simplicity and the beauty of life itself. In his essay, The Great Surrender, Dr. Ernest Holmes talks about surrender as losing our lives. And what he means is that we lose and let go of the aspects of our lives that hold us back from living with Spirit at the center. Holmes says humanity has a tendency to define life by external conditions. And as religious scientists, we know that life is an internal experience. It's an inside job. In identifying and unifying ourselves with the one mind, we know that life is eternal, that the eternal or external objects and objections before us are merely sins or missing the mark. Instead, we return to the source of our being so that we can live in harmony with the divine that is always within us. So here's a little story by Reverend Sapphire Rose called She Let Go. She let go without a thought or a word. She let go. She let go of all the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and all the calculations of how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her day timer. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't realize whether she should, or didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't even call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around her when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from the tree, she just let go. There was no effort, no struggle. It wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was, and it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. So here's a quote from The Great Surrender from Living the Science of Mind book. When we fail to live in accordance with the divine, we bring suffering on ourselves. And so to rid that suffering, we must just let go. So as with the spiritual mind treatment, we remove those obstacles that get in the way of our own divine source. Typical obstacles we all wrestle with are doubts and fears, perceived lack of love, and uncertainties. All of these take us away from the truth of our being and literally keep us up at night. How many nights have you laid in bed, awake, listening to that old committee in your head, reminding you of all your mistakes in life, all your misdeeds, and just plain old stinking thinking? Well, it's time to let go. And from The Great Surrender, Living the Science of Mind, Holmes wrote this: it is the great negations of life that we have to surrender, the doubts and fears and uncertainties, the coldness and unkindness, the lack of love. Let it all go. So this week, take the opportunity to practice surrender. If your mind goes to worry, choose to surrender by using a somatic technique of pausing whatever you are doing and simply extending your outward breath, and see how you feel afterwards. And again, from The Great Surrender, Holmes wrote this: you have to lose your hate if you wish to find love. You have to let go of everything that is unkind if you wish to discover kindness. You have to surrender fear if you wish to discover faith. So one of the greatest obstacles in our life is hate. We can't fully surrender as long as we are expressing hate in our lives. Hate is a marker of separation, and we all know that all is God, that we are all expressions of God. The invitation is for us to expand our understanding so that we can see that bigger idea and move away from hatred and into love. This applies to all aspects of our lives. There's nothing wrong with wanting to see and experience a greater life for ourselves and for those around us. But when we do so at the expense of others, when we believe that we are better than or more deserving, or clinging in attachment to hatred, we are unable to express our divine freedom. We need to surrender these attachments and set ourselves free. In Falling Upward, Richard Rohr wrote this: "Your true self is who you objectively are from the beginning in the mind and heart of God. The surrendering of our false self is necessary to find the pearl of great price." So Ernest Holmes speaks of the scientist hungry for knowledge of something new. Consider Thomas Edison, who, as the story goes, made over 1,000 attempts before he discovered electricity. In each failure, he needed to surrender to a bigger idea, a bigger truth, following each piece of knowledge like a breadcrumb until the bigger picture or the underlying principle was revealed. Had he clung to his personal limited ideas, he might have given up. The principle of electricity was not altered. It has been and forever will be the same, but it takes a conscious commitment to surrender, to be able to discern what lies underneath and to apply that principle. So this week, take the opportunity to practice surrender. If your mind goes to worry, choose to surrender by pausing whatever you are doing and simply extending your breath. In Sacred Contracts, Caroline Myss said this: "When we are in those desperately painful experiences that we must pass through because of the agreements we have made before our earthly lives began, the practice of forgiveness, illogical though it may seem to our minds, is the only practice that finally soothes our soul." So the biggest surrender of all is to love completely. When we love completely, when we hold that as our highest principle, the pathway to forgiveness unfolds for us. We are able to see more in the world and experience the world as it is meant to be. For it is only the finite that has wrought and suffered. The infinite lies stretching in smiling repose, wrote Ralph Waldo Emerson in the essay Spiritual Laws from the book The Essential Writings of Ralph Waldo Emerson. For it is only the finite that has wrought and suffered. The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose. So as we lean into the idea of surrender, our call to arms becomes stronger. We hear each other's fears and are able to be a listening ear of support. We hear our own fears, let go of them, and become encouraged to live our best life. That life that we were born to live, and the life that lives in service to the greater whole. So I'll leave you with this quote today from author Nadia Bolz-Weber. "And every single time I die to something, my notions of my own specialness, my plans and desires for something to be a very particular way, every single time I fight it, and yet every single time I discover more freedom than if I had gotten what I wanted." And that brings us to our affirmation for this week. This one life is my life right now, and I celebrate it out loud. And so now is our time for mindfully giving back where you are spiritually nurtured. Donations are gratefully received through PayPal or Tithely on our website, www.cslpv.org. And you'll find the donation buttons on both the landing page and on the page with the replay of the weekly talks. Alternatively, you can still mail in a paper check if you so wish. And you can address it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And so now, if you would like to join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So please know that we bless the financial gifts that you give today. And every donation is greatly appreciated, whether it is $5 or $50. Your contributions are circulated with our tithing to our greater organization, which reaches out globally as well as locally. And we also tithe to a local women's shelter to assist women and children that have left an abusive home here in our community. And it allows them an opportunity to become grateful for the assistance and to become productive and successful members of the community once again. And so now we have a few announcements as we do each week. So if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with change or whatever it is you're experiencing in life or would like more of in your life, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, then please contact us to receive the application form. And if you want to be a member of our Board of Trustees, please contact me as well. Please know that our annual general meeting will be coming up shortly, and you must be a member in order to vote at the meeting. And I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the science of mind teaching, we are currently offering the course Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, which is being held online. And this course will be offered again later in March. We're also teaching the Essential Ernest Holmes in English via Zoom and in person in Spanish. So connect with me or check our website to find out the details of other up-and-coming classes. Or if there is another course or workshop or book study that you would be interested in, please let me know so that we can put that on our calendar as well. And let's continue practicing with peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. May peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Peace and blessings to all. Namaste.